There we go. All right. All right, so we have our Unit 1 Kahoot review. For number 1, we were looking at this expression. We're trying to figure out what are the constants. All right, go ahead and take a vote if you haven't yet. If you're not sure right off the bat, then we need to look over this and no need thinking about it. Uh-oh, someone had a misclick. Okay, that's still quite a few that didn't quite get it. So I want to go ahead and share my screen and just show you. These are the kind of notes I would write, okay? And I think it's good for me to scaffold that and kind of show you, okay, this is kind of what I'm looking for. All right, let me make this smaller. One sec, guys. There we go. All right, so if I'm doing this, I'm thinking, okay, I want an example and I want to be able to circle or identify my constants. So I write down my expression and, this was constants. Which one? So a constant never changes. You see, this is what would be helpful to see on the test, right? You get to this, you're like, oh crap, I forgot what a constant is. It never changes. Which one never changes? If I have a different x value here, it's going to change the term. Different x value, change the term. So based on the x values we plug in, these terms are going to change. That's why these are called variables, because it makes the term have a varying amount, quantity. So here I look, and this is the only number that is going to be a constant, because -5 is always -5. All right. So that might have been a mishit. Maybe you put 5. Okay, that happens. Okay. So those are the notes I would do. I'm going to do a screenshot of all these. So I want you to practice taking notes quickly. This doesn't take too long to write down. Try to do that for each problem. But I'm going to go, a couple misclicks, huh? I'm going to go ahead and keep going back to the Kahoot. And at the end, I'll show all this so you can update your notes. Okay. That'll allow us to get through the whole thing. All right, here we go. All right, let's see what you have. All right, who is ahead now? Who is on top here? We have Noah, Camilla, Kimberly, Jatavia, and Anna. All right, and those are all pretty close. All right, good job if you got on that. This one's similar to the last, so do what I did last time. Just go ahead and jot down that expression and see if you can do it without looking down at your paper. 5x to the 4th minus 34x to the 3rd plus 15x squared plus 9. Okay, we're looking for the coefficient in this expression. Look close. Coefficients. Remember that -34. It's -34. It's not just minus the term. The -34 is connected. All right, go and take a guess if you don't know by now. If you don't know by now, it's a little more confusion. Good. All right, pretty dang close. So I'm going to just kind of point here. Let's see. The coefficients are the values that are just left of our variables. It's right in front of our variables. So this is 5 times the x to the 4th. So 5 is one of our coefficients. Next term, -34x to the 3rd. -34 is one of our coefficients. And then plus 15x squared, plus 15 is one of our coefficients. 9 is not a coefficient because 9 does not have a variable next to it, okay, as far as how we're defining it for Math 1. So these are my coefficients. And maybe even make a note next to on yours under, coefficients. Go ahead and put it is, directly in front of the variable. Okay. And maybe another bullet point. Watch out. -34x to the 3rd. Circle the entire -34. So I want you to have something like this on your notes. I don't want to switch cameras. It's going to take forever. But those are some notes I made. Watch out. -34. It's all the negative. Okay. I'm going to have a chance for you to write that down, but I think we're getting the hang of what kind of notes we got to take. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Okay. Hey, Jeremy, if it happens over and over, I'm recording this, so you might have to check in on it later. But maybe try not doing the Kahoot just because you're behind joining now anyway. Just do the problems out on your own. That's the best.
I mean, I can't even load the Kahoot. It keeps on kicking me out. Like I can't even get in here.
I know, it sucks. That's a tech issue. You know, it's going to slow down either Zoom or Kahoot. They can't run at the same time sometimes. So sorry about that. But you can still do the problems with us. You could still see, and you just won't be able to. You won't be able to join or vote. Sorry about that. Hope it's different next time. Let's see.
I'm not even on Kahoot, and it keeps kicking me out like 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds.
Okay, well, forget about Kahoot. Just stay on Zoom and watch my shared screen, and you'll be able to do the problems with us at least, so you won't miss out. All right, that's the best solve we got today. All right, Camilla, Jadavia, Kimberly, Anna, Evelyn. There's some new people up there. Oh, look at the highest climber. Up 6 places, Ava. Nice. All right, this one's straightforward. Simplify the expression. If I'm writing notes for this, I would say, okay, well, I know that I'd write the expression 7 minus 3 divided by 2. And then I would write next to it PEMDAS. This is a PEMDAS problem. PEMDAS. So I would label 2. I'd say, well, this is subtraction. This is division. So that tells me, hey, what do I do first? All right, go ahead and guess if you're not sure. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that had a shorter timer. Okay, this looks pretty good. This is a PEMDAS problem. We have subtraction, we have division, we have parentheses. So I'm going to first look to simplify everything in the parentheses. 7 minus 3 is 4. So now it's 4 divided by 2. And those numbers you can just compute straight and get 2 as our answer. Okay. We were so close to having a power clap. Remember, if we have a power clap, that's because we all get it right. And yeah. So, oh man, so close. All right, let's see who's ahead though, because that was a quick question. Camila holding it down. Kimberly, Anna, Evelyn, Tavia. I think it's the your little emojis there that are giving you some power too, in addition to your smarts. All right, let's see. That wasn't a cut. That was a bad joke. All right. Is the expression 3 times 12 to the x equivalent to 36 to the x? Let's see. 3 times 12 to the x. So this is another where it's helpful to write down PEMDAS. PEMDAS. And remember, there's a place where we're going to get stuck. If stuck, you're done. Uh-oh. Misclicking. Oh, gosh. Woo! Well, you know, most of us got it right, but that is not enough. All right, we have this here. PEMDAS is going to tell us what to do first. And we're seeing if this is equal to 36 to the x. That's our question mark. We're seeing, does that equal that? Now, if you get stuck, you're done. If you get stuck, you're done. Because if I had the scenario, this is just another example over here. If I had the scenario where it was 3 times 4 squared, yeah, I don't get stuck here because I see I have exponent, then multiplication. So I do that first. So it's 3 times 16. And what is that? 48. Okay. So we could do it here. We didn't get stuck. We could do the exponent first. But when we're in this situation, we can't apply x to that base of 12. It's 12 to the x power. Since we cannot assess that, we cannot decide to just plug in a 3. Okay, I'm gonna give an easier example. This is another side example here. What if it was 3 times 2 to the x is equal to, we were thinking like that would be like 6x. Okay, let's put in a value here and just see if it works. Let's put in 2. If we plug in 2 here, we get 3 times 2 squared minus 6, or is equal to 6 squared. So we're seeing if these are equal. I'm just doing an example similar to this, but with some easier numbers. And I plugged in 2 for x to see if it does equal. Let's see, we get 3 times 4. We get 36. We get 12 is equal to 36. Does that work? Is that true? Is that true? If I said 12 equals 36, no, it's not. That's not true. I wish that was true, because I would just get $12 and just go to the bank and be like, it's $36. I would get $12,000. I'd go to the bank and be like, I'd like to deposit $36,000. That's not true. You can't do that. They'll laugh you out of the bank. Can't do that. Don't do that. Okay. So we got stuck here. 12 to the x we could not do. We're stuck. When we're stuck, we're done. So this can only reduce to exactly what we started with. It does not allow us to multiply a coefficient and our constant. There will be one similar problem on it. Remember Pemdas. Remember, if you're stuck, you're done. I think all these examples here probably give you. So this is like the test. We tested it here. Okay. All right. We're going to keep on going. You'll have time to take a screenshot of all these problems I'm doing on the paper at the end of class. But you might end even a few minutes early. Let's see. Oh, Anna, Evelyn, David, Marco, Stephanie, David and Marco on the board. Wow, look at those scores, how close they are. Wow. All right, Philemon, good job. 4 in a row. Okay, translate it. 5 added to half of a number. Focus on it first. Half of a number. What's that mean? What's half of a number? Half of a number, half of the unknown number. So it says 5 added to half a number. So we're creating an expression with this. Bummer, misclicking. Ooh, we are very close. And this is good. I'll go ahead and just explain it from the screen, because most of us got, I think there was one misclick. Was the other person misclick? If so, we could do a power clap. And no, don't force it. 5 added. Added is addition, right? But let's look at first the half of a number. Half of a number, if I have a number, right? A number that I don't know, half of any number is going to be x over 2. Half of a number is x over 2. And then if it's 5 added to that, then I just put plus 5. So that's pretty straightforward. I would make some notes just on like half of a number, that's x over 2. 5 added to it, that's probably enough. If you look on my notes, what I wrote here for it, I just wrote out the phrase. I put a little mark and symbols next to it. Half of a number, and we're adding 5 to it. All right. Well, most of y'all got that, so we will keep on going. If you're missing a lot of these, no worries. Let's make a check-in session 9 to 9:30 sometime this week or next. Evelyn taking over. Marco, David, Stephanie, Camilla. All right. Similar. All right, we're looking at number 6, and it says 6 times the sum of a number and 2. Focus on the sum of a number and 2. What is the sum of a number, any number, and 2? What's the sum of a number and 2? And then multiply it by 6. Careful with parentheses. That's my warning. Careful with those parentheses. Ooh. Is this purple? Ooh, that's a nice blue. Okay. This is one I want to explain. So no worries if you missed that. This guy is a useful one to look at together. 6 times the sum of a number and 2. So I underlined here the sum of a number and 2 because the sum of a number and 2, sum is addition. So the sum of a number and 2 is x plus 2. Now here's the thing. It's 6 times the sum of a number and 2. If I were to put just 6 out here, it would be 6 times a number and then added 2 to it. That's not what we have. We have this sum of a number and 2. And then it's 6 times that. Okay? So it's 6 times, right? The sum of a number and 2. It's 6 times that. It's not 6 times a number and then add 2. It's 6 times the sum of the number and 2. This is incorrect if you had it this way. If you had 6 times x plus 2, this isn't saying that. This is saying 6 times a number plus 2. When we have 6 times the sum of a number and 2, the sum of a number and 2, 6 times. All right. Thumbs up, sideways, down. Do you see how I broke that down? Can we do that? Can do that? Okay. Now, I'm going to break down also before the end of the class what the, how many of each type of questions is going to be. So there's going to be easy, medium, hard questions. And I'll break that down. That one would have been more in the easy, medium, maybe range. All right. Most of us got it. Who's on top? Marco taking over. David, Stephanie, Camilla, Kimberly. And let's see. All right. Solve it. This is an easier problem. It's just a straight solve. There's no switches. There's no weirdness. We're just trying to solve this. Use our steps. And I'll give you another kind of little step here. A little sub-step. A little half step. So remember, we're solving for x. We're always looking for the variable. It doesn't matter if it's x, y, z, don't matter. Solving for x. You might think of it as these chains connected to x. What's connected in them? Because we want to break those chains. All right. And if you're not sure, go ahead and take a vote at this moment. Or if you got stuck, it's no big deal. There we go. All right, let's take a look at it. Wait, how many people got it? Oh, so many. So many. I'll do this fast for the 2, okay? Now I look to see the chains connected to x are through multiplication. We have 5 times x. Subtraction here connects us to this 5. It's minus 5. So I want you to think of peeling an onion. Okay? It's an onion. Little roots. So when you peel an onion, it's from the outside in. It's from the outside in. You peel an onion from the outside in. So when I think about this, I want to break these chains from the outside in. Negative 5 is the furthest away here. So instead of minus 5, plus 5, plus 5. Remember, I want to see this work on the quiz. Okay? That cancels out, breaks that chain. And now we end up with 5x is equal to, keep the sign of the larger number, negative. And then different signs, take the difference, negative 45. All right. Then we're going to just divide by 5. By negative 9. Okay. All righty. Just for the 2 that missed that. And if that's still like a weakness that we need to work on, then again, email me for some office hour time. Who's ahead? We're making great time. Excellent. I think we'll maybe even be out before the end. Marco, Stephanie, Camilla, Kimberly, Ava. Stephanie on fire, 7 in a row. Wait, we're on the 7th problem. Got them all right. Nice. Okay, you can't read it, so we're going to create an inequality. Check out those answers. Remember how we do the inequalities? If you don't, this is the review. So do bullet points, just like when we're creating equations for our exponentials. It's going to be similar. So I'll make a bullet point. Currently, 200 pounds. New bullet point. You're going to cut 2 pounds per week. Question. How many weeks to weigh less than 175? So you can't weigh 175, you got to weigh less than 175. All right, now let's back up so you can see the answers. I'll try to keep it reasonable. There we go. So you could probably still zoom in and see the question. Remember, the goal always goes on the right side of any inequality, any equal. It's always on the right side for us. Okay, if you feel really lost, then maybe at this point, go ahead and pick one, and I'll go over it. All right, I'm going to skip in 3, 2, 1. Okay, that means we go over this one. This one's getting into the more hard problems. Second half here is the harder ones. Okay, so number 8, I just did these bullet points. Currently, this wrestler weighs 200 pounds. They're going to cut. What do you think it means if you're going to cut weight? Are you gaining weight or losing weight? If you cut weight, losing weight, right? Everybody can see that. I'm trying to cut weight. It means you're trying to lose weight. So it's subtraction, right? 2 pounds per week. How many weeks to weigh less than 175? We always set it up here where we have the goal. Our goal is 175, and it's actually less than 175. Here is going to be our weight. Now, all of this weight, when we combine it all, has to be less than 175. Okay, so watch. We started with 200 pounds, and then I cut weight. So did I add or subtract from that starting weight? I cut weight. Cut. Good. Now I cut 2 pounds per week. This is 200 pounds, so we're minusing 2 pounds per week. And I don't know what the weeks are. That's my question. How many weeks? So the weeks is our variable. Watch, 2x. I'm going to lose 2 pounds minus 2 from 200 every week that I go here. So if I, had 10 weeks, I would end up with 180 pounds because 200 minus 20, if I had 10 weeks, that would be 180 pounds. But look, this is our weight, and it has to be what? It has to be less than 175. Less than 175. You can't weigh 175. You got to weigh less. Maybe 175. I think you're even a heavyweight. Jeez. All right, line down the inequality. There is one of the main rules here, maybe why you missed it. We're going to subtract 200 first, minus 200. When I subtract, it's okay. There's no switch of the inequality, but we're going to have the switch. The negative switch is coming up. Okay, so here I just added, I subtracted 200 both sides. Now, here's where we end up with the negative switch. If you missed it, here's why. Divide by negative 2. divide by -2. Uh-oh. We have the negative switch happening. Negative switch. Okay. The negative switch is if you divide or you multiply by a negative number, you switch the direction of inequality. Whoops. Okay. So that would mean, i.e., that would mean this switches to that. This switches to that. It looks exactly the same. It's just going to be in facing the other direction. So we did divide by a negative, so I have to do the switch. Switch. We end up with x is greater than negative divided by negative is a positive, half of 25, 12.5 weeks. So they got 3 months of trying to cut weight. Yeah. All right. That one has a lot of notes to it. I'll give you another 30 seconds, try to get down that note, and then we will continue and we'll have a chance to take these screenshots after. All right, done 2 pages. All right, T. Let's see. All right, going back to the game in 3, 2, 1. Screenshot if you need it. 3, 2, 1, boom. All right. All right, who's ahead now? Ooh, Calvin is on the board. Finally, Calvin, where you been? Just joking. All right, we're going to see the image. It's another one. I'll zoom in. Make your bullet points. Make your bullet points real quick. Make your bullet points. Okay, this one was number 9. Here's my bullet points. Pet Supply makes a profit of $5.50. $5.50 per bag of dog food. If the store wants to make profit, of no less than 525. How many bags? Okay. Put your goal on the right side, and then think about it. No less than 5,225. No less than it. So could I raise 5,225? Is that okay? If I can have no less than 5,225, I could have exactly that amount, but I can have no less. So I need that or more, right? I can raise 6,000, 10,000. Can't raise 4,000. All right, let's back off now so you can see the answers. Look at that. Based on those clicks, I'm probably going to do this one. Oh, misclicks. No. Ah, shoot. What was missing? You couldn't see it? Oh, okay. That's one reason to misclick. That's one easy reason. All right, guys, good job. If you're really lost with this one, let's go ahead and okay. I think you're right with that. I mean, that makes logic. Yeah, actually. Marco, that's the only one it could be, right? You understand how that's the only one it could be? Think about it. All right, go ahead and vote if you haven't yet. There we go. How do we do? I'm ready to... Oh, pretty good. For those 9 that didn't, let's look. Here's my notes. $5 money. $5 per bag, $5.50 per bag. I'm cheapskating them. Good job, Marco. You got it. All right. $5.50 per bag. They want to make profit. So I need to add that. Profit no less than 5,225. Here's the thing. No less. Could they earn $6,000? Yeah, that's fine because you can have no less than that amount. Could you have $3,000? No, that's not what we want. No less. Could I have exactly 5,225? Yeah, because you can have no less than that, but you could have that exact amount. So when I'm looking at this, I know my goal goes over here. My goal is 5,225. And I need my profit over here is my profit. I need it to be either equal to that or more than that. If it's less than that, we didn't make our goal. So watch, now we have 5.50, right? We put that in there, we got that in there, $5 per bag. Now, if I sell 1 bag, I only make $5.50. If I sell 2, I make $11. 3, I make $16.50, and so on. So watch, I'm just make that X. The profit is going to be the cost of the bag of food times the number of bags, right? So how many bags is equal to X? That's how many bags. So let's go ahead and solve it. Line down the inequalities, keep it neat. Divide by 5.5. 5.5. We didn't divide by a negative, so the inequality stays the same direction. And 950. Whoops. Just kidding. 950. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we're turning the corner here. We're on our 10th question. 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right. Zoom out. Let's see who's on top here. Oh, Stephanie Morris. Don't call it a comeback. Camilla, Marcos, Kimberly, Calvin on the board. All right. That's pretty close. Good job. Good job, Stephanie. Okay, Fatih. I'll try to revisit that the next time I share screen. Okay. But remember that the profit on the left side has to be more. So it says no less, but when I say no less, right? The no less means that I have to earn more. Like if I said this week I'm going to earn no less than $100, that means I'm going to get either $100 or more, right? So on the left side, that profit has to be more. I'm not doing what I said. I'll explain it when I the next time I have my screen going. Sorry about that. I said something and I started doing something else. I'm just eager. I want to teach that. All right, guys, this is a quick question. This is a level 1 question. So if you don't know, it's going to be really easy. I'll go ahead and, time's up. Perfect. All right, it's decay. So let me share real quick. This is going to be for these next 2 questions because these 2 questions are level 1 easier ones. And I'll also explain for the last problem. You couldn't see the choices? Oh, there are only 2 choices. There's only decay or growth. That's why. All right, so here we go. I just wanted to explain this last one. Since I can make no less than 5,225, less makes us think maybe that's less than, right? But look what that would mean. If this was less than 5,225, then my profit, it's a relationship. The profit, if I made this less than, it would be the profit's okay if it's less than 5,225. But the thing is, I want to make no less. So if I say, I want you to, come over and help me out with some lawn work, I'll pay you no less than $100 based on how hard you work, right? How much are you definitely walking away with? $100, right? And if you work really hard, maybe you get $200, right? So, okay, no problem, Marco. So with this, the reason why the profit on the left side has to be greater than our goal, it's because we want to earn no less. Okay, so this has to be larger. The profit has to be larger or equal to our goal. Okay. Oh. equal to or greater than. This is greater than. You had it going the other direction. You know what? It's this no less thing. I'm not going to put that. I'm not going to put the no less on there, but I hope you understand a little bit better. Kinda? Okay, excellent. That's what I'm shooting for. Oh, geez, I was doing another problem. Here we go. We have this equation. This is for 10 and 11. A times B to the x plus C. Remember, this is our multiplier. That's our multiplier, okay? Here's the trick right off the bat. Because the multiplier comes from, right, this right here, our B value, is really talking about the type of growth. You're welcome. So here's the thing. If our B value is greater than 1, right, i.e., 1.2, 3.5, 10, etc., then we have growth. If our B value is less than 1, i.e., 0.25, 0.99, 0.01, then we have decay. Okay, so this is going to be a whole number greater than 1. This one is going to be a decimal. If you end up with decimal as your B value, then you know you have decay. If you end up with a number greater than 1, then you have growth. How does that happen? Because look where this comes from. This comes from when we have to input the rate. Remember, we have to input the rate. Now, think about this. If it said the rate is decreased by 25%, then it would be 1 minus 25%, 0.25. So we'd end up with the decimal, 0.75. If it was grows by 25%, it'd be 1 plus 0.25. We get 1.25. So growth is always going to be our numbers greater than 1. Actually, it's going to be our decay is always less than 1. And it could even be a negative number if you had horrible, negative growth. Negative? We have that? Yeah, you could end up with that. Okay, that's for 10 and 11. That's going to help you with this next problem right here. Let's see about it. Who's on top? Stephanie, hold it down. Marco, Kimberly, Calvin, Orlando on the board. Nice. All right, let's see about this one. This one, I think we can all answer it in like 5 seconds. Let's see if you can do it. This is power clap potential. Power clap potential. Come on, it's just what I just pointed out. Where do we look? And we're asking if it's greater than 1 or less than 1. Yeah? These answers are coming in kind of slow. I don't know. Look at my paper. You're just asking, is 1.2, is that more than 1 or less than 1? Maybe somebody got up and, okay. Somehow we have 20 in here now. Evie, I'll go ahead and have this for you to screenshot later, okay? I thought you were copying it down, no? No, okay. If we were in the classroom, I'd be able to tell, but I can't always tell what's happening through the little screen. All right, this is pretty good. Look, this 1.2. For number 11, we had this equation, y is equal to 3 times 1.2 to the x. Because this is greater than 1, we know we have growth. All right, I think everybody mostly had that. Was that a misclick? I hope. Maybe not. Okay, that's where you got to add those notes if it wasn't a misclick, okay? All right, last few problems. Nice. I think we're going to end like 10 minutes maybe early. We'll see. Stephanie holding it down. Have you missed one? Jeez. All right, same group. All right, here we go. I'm going to zoom in on this one. We don't have to graph it, but we are going to create an exponential equation for it. Oh, you can read it. You have 150 ounces of ice cream. So this is where I'm guessing I'm going to have to go over this. So let's see. Number 12. So you start with 150 ounces of ice cream. And then you have 30% melting. What is melt? Is it decay or growth? Write an equation, find out the amount of ice cream after 8 minutes. So we got to find our equation, and then we have to evaluate for 8 minutes. This is where you'll make that little graph. You ask our key question at 1, what's happening? Do we have the growth decay yet? That's the key question, remember. Wait, I was doing, there we go. Key question. Oh, it was a misclick. So last time we got them all right. That's nice. Okay, well, what do we know? Our equation we're going to start with is the same one as last time. We're going to have y is equal to a times parentheses 1 plus or minus our rate to the x plus c. C isn't going to be involved, I'll tell you right now. For word problems, C is not going to be involved. So at least start your equation. You know your initial amount. It's the ice cream before it melts. It's melting, so that should tell you the 1 plus or minus, which is it going to be, and you have 30% as a decimal. All right. All right, Marco, I think that's right. 0.7 to the, let's put it as a box. All right, I'm gonna probably skip for this one in just another 30 seconds. So if you don't get through all of it, we'll go over it. All right, go ahead and put your answers in if you have it. If not, we're going to go over it. No worries. All right, let's go ahead and skip ahead. Nah. All right, most of us got it, but not everyone got finished here. Here's my approach. Bullet point, what it's talking about. First off, 150 ounces of ice cream, right? And then 30% melts every 10 minutes. It melts, so I know it's subtraction. Melts, so I know it's subtraction. 30% is 0.3, okay? And every 10 minutes, okay? So this is what I put in. Y is equal to our initial amount, 150, times 1 minus, because it's melting, 0.3, because that's 30% melting every 10 minutes. Now we got to find time. To do that, we ask our key question. At 1 minute, did I have my full melting of 30%? At 1 minute? No. 2 minutes? No. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 10. Because we have that portion of the full melting at 1 minute, that gives us a hint it's a fraction. And then the fraction is going to be, well, how many of those portions did I need to get my full growth? So we're going to go back in here and go 150 times, this reduces to 0.7, and we're going to have x over 10. Okay. Now the next step over here, that was finding the equation. That's like the first step. The next step is evaluate for 8 minutes. So I don't need to do the graph for this. It didn't ask for that. I'm going to bring over this equation. And get your calculators ready. This is one chance to check if you have calculator skill for this. It's going to be 8/10 because the time we ended up was x over 10, but we're looking at it for evaluating at 8 minutes. Not going to be the full growth, not 30% full growth decay, 30% of melting decay. It's going to be almost there, but not quite. So let's see, we have to do the exponents first. 0.7 raised to the, I'll throw in parentheses to make it super clean, 10. That gives me 50 times 0.7517. And then you just have to multiply that by 150, and you get 112.76, so we'll say 0.8. And then minutes. Okay. Yeah. Good. Thumbs up, sideways, down. Sideways. All right. Okay, I will give you a moment to jot down your last bits for that, and then we're going to do our last two problems, right? 13, 14. Well, we might skip our next problem, actually. We'll have two more problems. All right, here we go back. You can update your notes later with the screenshots. I'll have time for that because we have two more problems. And I'm going to go ahead and skip. Oh, Marco, Kimberly, Calvin, Camilla, Stephanie, Marco took over. What? Nice, Fatih. Nice comeback. All right, I'm going to skip this next problem, so don't worry. I'm just going to skip it. Yeah, not quite. Not no problem. We need to have another problem. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to skip that guy. Whoa, someone voted quickly. You guys. Like, I have to vote. Here we go. Double points. You can come back on this. Albert invests 10,000. Okay, 10,000, comma. There's a comma here. The semi-annual interest rate is 3%. Semi-annual, annual. That helps me know about units. How much will he get after 2 years? This one is this one's the hardest. This is the hardest problem. Okay? You can do this, and maybe you just review a little bit for this test. Oh, it's okay, Eva. Semi-annually. I'll give you a hint. This is a semicircle. That's a semicircle. So what's semi-annual mean? All right, otherwise go ahead and, this is 14. Go ahead and just make your bullet points for this problem. Let's see. It looks like we started with 10,000. Semi-annually. Interest. So you're making some money. 3%. Let's see. Money after 2 years. Okay. Yeah, it's going to grow. You're going to get more money. So when they're talking about interest rate, and we know Albert invested, because he invested, the semi-annual interest rate is 3%. So it's going to go up when you invest. In this kind of investment, you're going to get some money back. Starting in the same place, y is equal to a times 1 plus or minus r to the box. All right, if you feel a little bit lost on this one, no worries, I'm going to go over it. So you can just click on an answer if you're ready to go. That isn't one of our options. Maybe you can't see it, but 10,677 isn't an option. Maybe that 3% you thought was 30%? Maybe. Remember, it's 3%. That's for everybody because everybody needs that reminder. All right, we're going to go ahead and skip in 3, 2, 1. Skip-o. All right, we're a little all over the place. Let's look at it. Yeah, it was 10,613. So let's see why that would be different. Jeremy, let's see. Okay, first off, semi equals 1/2. Semi is equal to a half. So I know that's going to be the case here for semi. This is semi-annually is every half year. Every half year. So that tells me also my units. This is going to be our units. We start, so let's go ahead and start inputting. What's a nice red pen? The starting is 10,000. 1, because we invest, let's see, interest, invest. I think the word invest was more important. Whoops, not invent. Invest. So if we invest, we're going to get some money back. 3% as a decimal, 3 cents. 3% is 3 cents. So I'm going to put in 3 cents there. And then we're going to find what's in the box. Right after that, 1.03 to the box. Okay. This is where we ask our key question. Key question is, at 1, do I have full 3% growth? Okay. Now let's think about it. Let's see. Semi-annually, so I know my units here are years, and it looks like this is going to be money. So this is part of asking our key question. Do we have the full 3% growth at 1 year? Did we have the 3% growth by 1 year? Did we have more? Did we have more than that? Okay. So remember, it says every half year, the interest goes up, or you're going to have a growth of 3%. So look, by a half year, I've already had my 3% growth. Yes. The other half year to get to 1, yeah, I had growth there too. So because I've had 2 of the growths by our main question around what happens by number 1, then I can go here and put my final 1.03 to the 2x. Okay. And then we're looking to see what happens at 2 years. Okay. So we made our units years. We already made our units years. So when I bring this in here, it's 10,000 times 1.03 times 2 times 2. I just plugged in 2 for x. 10,000, 1.03 to the 4th power. And then calculators, 1.03 raised to the 4th power times 10,000. Ooh. What did I say the answer was? What's going on here? 2 years. 2 years. What is happening? What was the answer? 1063. That's not what I got. What did I do wrong? Oh. Let's see. That's there. 2x. We go there. We're trying to find it after 2 years. X is years, so we had 2 growths. So 2 years is 4. Maybe I hit the wrong button. 1.03 raised to the 4th power. Now that's going to be the 11,000. I'll make another video if I see what happened here. But there we go after 2 years. You said the answer like that. Yeah. Didn't. Okay, Marco, what did you get?
So I think what you did wrong was instead of putting a 0.6, put 0.3. Since it grows since it's 0.3 half a year, 1 year, it would be 0.6, right?
Well, the rate we would put in as 0.3, and we accommodate it being the growth every half year by putting the 2x. So, oh, bummer. Okay, let me think about it outside of math here. 3% growth every half year, so we're going to get 4 of those growths. 4 of those growths here. No, it wouldn't be 1/2 though, because it's semi-annually, so we had 2 growths by that time. Okay. Did anybody get this exact amount? Did anybody get that? You got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. If you got this amount, we're going to go with that for now. I will double check this work, and on Monday, I will do this problem over if I've done it wrong. I can't quite see the mistake right now. I'll double check. Okay, guys? That happens too, right? It doesn't happen too much. But I'm at a loss. I might have put the wrong answers here. 10,600. 10,600. Okay, I can figure this out real quick. Doing it with my mental math here. 2, 3 times that times 4. 1,200. Nope. I am admitting that I can't explain that well enough. I think actually that might be the correct answer, but I put the wrong answers as my options. Okay, this is the last problem. This doesn't have you answer anything. Oh, it does. No, you won't have to answer anything. We have to write an equation and we have to graph it. Okay? So let's go ahead and graph it and click done when you're done. And I will go ahead and start doing it right here. Put your bullet points down. What happened here? Seems good. All right, if I'm doing bullet points, I would go $1,000 investment is increasing. Monthly. So each month it's having that increase. Okay. So this one is going to have a more straightforward exponent that we're going to find because it is increasing monthly. So after 1 month, yeah, you got your increase exactly. Okay, it's increasing monthly. All right, I'm going to graph that equation. Let's see. This one you'll just check alongside my graph to match it. There's nothing you could input. All right, because it's just saying when you're done, I'm going to go ahead and skip and work on it. And we'll come back to see who the winner is. Oh, anticipation. All right. Here's what I have for 15. I have $1,000. It increases monthly at 2.5%. So I'm going to write my equation again. A1 plus or minus R to the box. We'll figure out what box is in a sec. I know my A value is $1,000. It's increasing, so it's plus. This as a decimal is 0.025. We are figuring out to the box. Key question. What happens at 1? Key question. Have we had that growth, since we're talking monthly, talking money, have we had the growth at 1 month? Have we had the full 2.5% at 1 month? Let's see. Monthly increase is 2.5%. So yeah, at 1 month, we've had 1 increase. So I'm going to make this X. Make that X. Way early. Okay. So now all I need to do is graph it with the table. 0, 1, 2. All right, let's do 0 in red. Y is equal to 1,000. Anything to the 0 is, anything to the 0 is, anything to the 0 power is 1. This here is 1. Nobody answered that. That's why I had to say it 4 times. One person did. Thank you. 1,000 at 0. All right. Let's do the next one in green. Y is equal to 1,000, 1.025 to the first power. Anything to the first power is itself times 1,000. The trick with this is we're going to end up with 1,025. I just moved that decimal place over 3 times because I multiplied by 1,000. All right, 1,025. For the problem like this, you'll have 1 to do on the unit test, and I will give you units that are easy to put up here, okay? It's hard for us to put up 1,000 and 1,025 and so on. So let's do the last one in blue. Y is equal to 1,000, 1.025 to the second power. So let's make sure we all get this. Nice, Kimberly, you got it. 1.025 raised to the second power. Whoops. Oh, I just did it quickly. Times 1,000. 1,050 and 60 cents. So I'm going to actually make this 1,051. It's going to be more accurate on this graph that has numbers going up to 1,051. Okay. So let's see how we can graph this pretty quick. All right. Now we know that the word problems have our asymptote at y is equal to 0. You're on the 0th floor of the building. You're on the penthouse, the 100th floor. Y is equal to 100. So this will be worth a little bit extra if you make this assertion on the graph you have to do. Okay. Let's graph it now. 0, 1,000. We're graphing these now. 0, 1,000. Let's put 1,000 right here. 0 for x, 1,000 for y. We're going to have it for 2 and for 1. Okay. For 1, it's at 1,025. I'm gonna exaggerate it a little bit so we can get a graph that's reasonable. Okay. And then for 2, we're going to have 1,051. So I'm just going to make that guy up there. And then it looks like I'll need... Now I got my graph. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. I know we have people still finishing that problem, but it is the end of class. I'm sorry. We thought we had time extra. I'm going to go ahead and show who won the Kahoot, which is what you're all waiting for. Then I'll have 30-second breakdown of the class, the test. And the winner is number 3, Ryan. Nice. Number 2, Camilla Dinosaur. Perfect. Number 1 is Kimberly. Nice. You guys kind of came back on this one. 4 is 4 is Marco. 5 is Calvin. And okay, let's go ahead and stop that. All right. So what I wanted to say, stop share. What I wanted to say is there are going to be 3 different types of problems. There's going to be an easier versions, easier questions, middle questions, and harder questions. Okay. They're going to be worth different point values. The harder questions will be worth more. And it's going to be done online. So I'll have it so you can find your results right away. You'll know how many you missed. Okay. So that is the goal. We're going to come in on Monday. We're going to stay in the class if we need to review more. Otherwise, I'll be just giving out the link for the test, and you could start to work on it immediately. You'll have all of next week to do it, and we'll have the following week approximately for retakes. Okay? All right. For retakes, if you wanted to know what you missed on those, I'm going to ask that you set up office hours or email me because I won't have time for retakes, tell, and pass those back and all that. All right, let me stop this video.